Welcome to the A2Schools podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cluley, the Director of Communications here at the Ann Arbor Public Schools. This week, my guest is our Superintendent, Dr. Swift. Thanks for being here.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
And we're here to just sort of look at sort of a preview of some of the coming attractions as we're coming down to basically the last month of school, a little bit less, actually.
You know, we just crossed mid-May, and I can't imagine how that happened because it seems like just yesterday, Andrew, we were welcoming our students for the beginning of the school year. And yet that's how it works. So crossing this threshold, we really get to where we're looking to end of the year, summer, and fall. It's just a natural kind of high point in the school year.
It is amazing how the school year, while you're in the midst of it, can sometimes feel, I know for students in particular, like it's dragging on forever.
It does.
But on the other hand, there's the alternative sense of it just went by in a snap.
Absolutely.
So,
and especially as busy as our students are, every day, every night, many activities, I think the time moves very, very quickly.
That is true. And when we talk about in the evening, as you mentioned, we have been, I would say, and have been out on a tour over the last several weeks as part of our Listen and Learn tour and our getting some community engagement. How has that been going?
You know, Andrew, it has been so wonderful to be out in the community. We've been in all areas of this greater Ann Arbor Public Schools attendance area, and being out and being around a table with students, with parents, with staff members. It has truly been meaningful to hear directly from those who live and work and bring their children to the Ann Arbor Public Schools each day. You know, I continue to be so impressed with the community that makes time to come together and talk about our public schools and how we will work together to educate our children. It's just truly a special thing.
And what type of themes are we seeing? Are they in line with sort of the areas that we'd been hearing over the last several years, or are there some new issues that are rising to the forefront?
You know, we continue to hear those themes that emerge during this 3 years of challenge since the COVID pandemic began. Those themes around learning, growth, and achievement, academic learning, around student well-being, around high-quality staff, particularly during this time, and then also around safety and security. We're hearing all of those familiar themes, but really hearing some nuance that will inform our strategic planning process moving forward. We're hearing nuance around kind of, I call it a back to the future kind of theme, is we want to see our children really maybe not being on their devices some parts of the school day. We want to feel inspired by our school activities, really that desire that most schools have been able to reinstate or to open up new activities, maybe to 95% of the before times, but really hearing from lots of parents who would like to meet other parents and make those connections and add back more, even more community school to community activities. So I think there really is this kind of leveling up to celebrate what is the best in our Ann Arbor community. And we know that is about commitment to children. It is about connection to each other. It's about celebrating diversity and including, you know, everybody in, nobody out kind of approach. So I have to tell you, Indra, I've been inspired by every single individual who's attended. And I want to give a shout out to our government teachers over at Huron, Mr. White, and I think it's White and Long. And then there's a third teacher, forgive me, who their students are coming. And we've had Skyline students and Pioneer students. And that really makes the conversation so much richer as well.
And it's so amazing because it's always it can be a challenge to get students who have a very unique and very important view on the schools, getting them to participate. So it's great that they've been out there. And can we talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing with this information and also the information that we're collecting through the ThoughtExchange?
So we'll be going through the end of this month of May, a little bit more work to collect input and feedback. And part of that, Andrew, is doing those dedicated student events around in our schools. So we'll do some more of those. And then by the end of the month, we'll be ready to move into that graduation season and those events. So we'll be back into this work mid-June, say through mid-July, working with some graduate students to really analyze all of that raw data. We have, I think, millions of words. I want to say a bajillion, but I know the math teachers will call me on that. We have millions of words of response data, and we want to be sure that that gets properly themed with the major themes, the minor themes, those kind of low-hanging fruit steps that we can take together. It's really important after a listen and learn that our community see that full report, and then some immediate action steps, and then some planning for more medium and long-term improvements. We're really excited about that process.
All right. And there is still a chance to participate. We still have 3 meetings coming up in person, and they are on Friday, May 19th. So hopefully you heard this podcast right when it got released, and you'll have a chance to participate on that one. It's at between 11:30 and 12:30, a bring your own brown bag lunch at Veterans Memorial Park's meeting room.
Yes.
And then on Monday, May 22nd, between 6 and 7:30 p.m., there's going to be at the AAPS STEAM CTE Expo at Skyline High School. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that expo a little bit later on in the podcast.
That's great.
And then we have one on Tuesday, May 23rd from 6:30 to 7:30 at the Pittsfield branch of the Ann Arbor District Library. So there's still a chance to come out if you haven't participated to share your thoughts. And then we also have through May 26th, the online ThoughtExchange is an opportunity to leave your thoughts that way and also review and rate the thoughts that other community members have shared. We've gotten a lot of thoughts via the ThoughtExchange. Thank you to everyone who's participated both ways.
Yes.
But we're still very much encouraging everyone to get out, participate in this either in person or online.
I'm really excited, Andrew. This Listen and Learn 2023 is really about turning the page, being back together in person, connected, and really thinking about our next steps as we plan the future of the Ann Arbor Public Schools. And we know that planning has to occur together in that kind of two-way conversation so that we ensure that we're moving forward as a community.
And one more time, you can go online, A2Schools.org/listen-learn. And that's where you can find the link to the ThoughtExchange if you haven't found it in your email. And also you can get all the dates of when these upcoming meetings are.
That's wonderful.
So as we talk about upcoming events, we also have to be talking about Picnic Pops
Yes.
this weekend.
Yes.
And while we are highlighting Picnic Pops, there are a plethora of musical events going on across the Ann Arbor Public Schools, the middle schools and high schools in the next several weeks.
You know, I always say at times of the year like this, no one should ever be lonely or isolated. In Ann Arbor Public Schools, there are at least 3 concerts every night this week. And I wish there were time to see and hear all of those amazing events. But you're right. We just have something every night. I wanted to share also that it was such a delight to be out on Saturday. Just looking back for a second at our Washtenaw Elementary Science Olympiad, just the largest event of its kind in the country, and schools from all over Ann Arbor Public Schools and private and parochial schools were represented in surrounding districts. And just seeing those students in second grade through fifth grade celebrating science. And they had a great time. We were over at Huron High School. The team was from early in the morning till late in the evening. It was great to get to be over there.
And that was the 20th anniversary of the event. So it's a pretty amazing to see, just how strong that is. And just how many kids participate, as you said, from Ann Arbor, our AAPS students, but other students in Ann Arbor and also across the county.
Exactly. And just giving a shout out to every one of those parents. That Science Olympiad is parent driven. It is volunteer driven. The parents who founded it 20 years ago really wanted that emphasis and enrichment around science. And it has grown, as we've noted, to be among the best anywhere.
So we're talking about the science, and we already had mentioned the various music, the arts, and that, of course, that comes together as STEAM in the Ann Arbor Public Schools.
It does.
And so coming up on Monday, May 22nd at Skyline High School is our CTE, the Career Tech and Education, and STEAM Expo.
Yes.
And it's always an interesting time because you get to see kids of pretty much from the youngest through high school doing hands-on learning and sort of showing off their what they've learned.
I just love going to that event, and I love seeing how older students and younger students engage around the STEAM learning together. And of course, our Project Lead the Way team and all of our STEAM team, not just at Ann Arbor STEAM, but at all 32 of our locations, the STEAM learning is amazing. Andrew, just last week, it's one of the spring lessons, our kindergartners were designing ways to protect the three little pigs from the wolf. And I always love that lesson. And I was delighted to see one young female kinder, a little girl who had, Andrew, the most formidable looking house for her pigs. It had a lot of spiked wooden picks around it. And I think that wolf was going to be in trouble if he tried to come after her three little pigs. So I love it.
And the really exciting thing is I believe at the CTE STEAM Expo, there's even going to be a booth where parents are going to be given the opportunity to try and create their own structure to defeat not the wolf, but the big bad fan.
I love it. I didn't know.
Is going to blow it down. So that is just a fun little thing to be looking out for.
Mm-hmm. A lot of hands-on learning, a lot of connection, a lot of community. I can't wait till Monday night. Yeah.
So we talk about that, and pretty much next week, and then the following week, graduations start taking place.
Yes.
The culmination of a student's time in the Ann Arbor Public Schools.
Yes.
We've got 5 graduations, and they're coming up pretty quickly.
And Andrew, it is the promise we make. When we begin with students as young as 2 years of age in our district, and have families who partner with us for 13, 14 years, and then to see this class graduate, the class of 2023, and cross that stage and receive their diploma. It is the seminal moment in really the critical mission that we fulfill, and I just can't wait. It's about 1,250 graduates at 6 graduation events they are more spread out. So we begin on May 26th. And we go for a couple of weeks there with 10 days or so with graduations sprinkled all the way through. So pretty exciting. Actually, May 24th is Y-High.
I was going to say, the big dates are, if you know a Washington International High School student, celebrate them on May 24th.
Yes.
Pioneer High School is on Friday, May 26th.
Yes.
Then on May 31st, that's a Wednesday, is Huron's Day to Shine, their grads. Pathways celebrates on Thursday, June 1st. Yeah. And then we have Community on June 2nd. And Skyline, they always get to somehow get that last graduation, make their students wait just a little bit longer, and then they graduate on June 5th. So.
I love it, Andrew. Thank you for running through that list. And Skylines is a very kind of majestic with their banners and the eagle. It's a great way to wrap the season, and yet always delighted with each. It's just beautiful how each individual high school graduation really uniquely represents the school culture and the personalities of the students there. Huron with the Huron River Rat ears on the first student and the Huron River Rat tail on the last student, with Pioneer and that sea of purple with Pathways and with Community. Every single ceremony is a very special celebration, and I can't wait.
And then after graduation ceremonies, we only have a few more days, so that there'll be the promotion ceremonies as middle schoolers get ready to fill those seats that the high schoolers that have just graduated I have left. And then on June 9th, last day of school.
Yes, I can't believe it, and yet there's such excitement this time of year as students. I was with fifth graders on Saturday, and I asked them about their level of readiness for middle school. And I have to tell you, they cheered. They were so excited to go to middle school. So I think really as parents and as adults, we may, have some concerns here and there, but our students are ready. They're excited. They're already thinking, especially since transition day a couple of weeks ago, they're already thinking about that next grade or that next transition level.
So there's a lot of exciting things between now and June 9th. But as you said, we're already then looking ahead to the summer and next fall.
We are. And our summer programs and summer enrichment camps are second to none. So folks can find that right on our website. Just Google summer Ann Arbor Public Schools. It'll come right to it. And we have so much, including several weeks of safety camp for our youngest learners, and that is an important rite of passage and memory for all of our students in Ann Arbor Public Schools. And then all the way through, we have a very robust high school summer learning program as well.
That'll take us right up to August 28th when we're back at it for the start of next school year.
That's right. And we appreciate our parents in our community and our staff, because we are, again this year, and I know folks understand that the state has added to our minimum number of days. So we are beginning those 4 days during that week prior to Labor Day. It actually serves a really great transitional purpose because our students come in and they have an opportunity to learn their teacher, learn their classes, for middle school and high school, get that locker combination memorized in 4 days, and then to have that Friday through Monday, Labor Day weekend. So on the Tuesday following Labor Day, we are actually beginning week 2 and really getting into the learning.
And our students will be off to a good start at that point.
Exactly. 2023-24.
Well, that good start reminds me it's the good news segment on the A2Schools podcast. And today we're going to celebrate a couple of Skyline students. They are Amelia Rep and Ava DiBenedette, who were honored by C-SPAN last week for a video that they produced. They got an honorable mention award from C-SPAN, and their video was about the gerrymandering and what Michigan has done to address gerrymandering. So it's exciting that they got this recognition.
It is so exciting. Congratulations to our Skyline students. And you know, Andrew, I understand the C-SPAN team actually came out to Skyline and they were awarded right there at school. And I can't wait to see the video.
And just highlight the fact that the students are part of the Communication, Media, and Public Policy Magnet.
Yes.
And that's led by Ross Dunbar. He's the co-lead teacher of the Magnet.
How exciting. So we congratulate those students and, of course, their teachers and support team at Skyline.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Swift, for joining as we had this discussion about sort of the exciting last couple of weeks of this school year and what's to come.
Thank you, Andrew. I just want to thank our students, our staff, and our parents for an amazing 2022-23 school year. We have really crossed so many thresholds in having our students learn and grow, and it is an exciting time of the year, and we're reminded we're at this point through all of our partnership and work throughout this school year together, and I'm deeply grateful for the support and partnership of everyone.
And thank you for listening to the Ann Arbor Public Schools web podcast, the A2Schools podcast. As always, if you have any questions about the Ann Arbor Public Schools, the first place to go is our website, A2Schools.org. If there's a topic you'd like to have us discuss in a future episode, please email communications@A2Schools.org and with your suggestion. And once more, thank you for listening to this week's edition of the A2Schools podcast.